Arcane Assist, War Machine, and Horde's Battle Reports.
Hey guys, and welcome to our third episode of Arcane Assist. You may be wondering who I am. My name is Evan. I'm the one that's doing the editing for these videos, and I'm actually going to be playing in a couple of these games too. And today I'm joined by John.
Hey guys, how you all doing? Today we're playing Caine1 versus
Sorscha. So this is a bit of an adventure into Cygnar for John, and the Khador army I'm going to be playing wasn't actually painted by me. I got a shout out to my friend Ian, who painted all of this, and actually has a great converted Rager that you're going to see in the video. I do play Khador. I'm also a Circle player and a Menoth player. You are going to see those soon, at some point, once I actually get my butt in gear and paint them. But, John, do you think you're just about ready to hop into the lists here?
Yeah, for sure. Let's start going through the list we have here.
All right, here we go.
Okay, here we have Caine1 in the Squire. We have a unit of gun mages in the UA. Got the Stormwall. On the other side of the Stormwall, there's a unit of gun mages with the UA. Advanced deploy is Hunter 1, or Hunter Orange, sorry, Rangers, and Purple Hunter as well. They're both Jack Marshall.
I have Yuri the Axe, a War Dog with Sorscha, her battle group of a Rager and 2 Juggernauts, behind which we have Gorman the Wolf, along with Iona and Holt with Valachev, a full unit of Winterguard Death Star, and Kovnik Joe, along with a unit of Nis Hunters. So here we go into the first turn. John got first. We're playing the new scenario, The Pit. It's the big 12-inch diameter zone in the middle, along with a flag off to either side.
Yeah, so my first turn is pretty simple. I'm just moving some things up. Move Kane up early. Playing Cygnar is pretty new to me, so I'm reading the card quite a bit. I'm just learning how to play. I put what's that?
Deadeye or Snipe?
No, I put
Blur.
I put Blur up on the Rangers, so their defense is pretty good when they're up there.
Yeah, we're just going into first turn here. So let's talk about terrain a bit. Right by the flag in the bottom right is rubble. So that is rough terrain that, if you're completely within it, gives you cover. We have a hill just to the right of the zone, tipping in a bit. We have this shallow water in the middle of the zone, along with a wall on the left side. We have forests both above and below the zone. And to the bottom left there, we have another hill.
So my Rangers, like I said, is just running up first turn. They got Blur on them, so they're defense 16 right now. So I'm just checking threat ranges of all his Rocketeers in the back, in the very back of his deployment. What's the range on the Rocketeers?
So the Rocketeers are actually range 14 or 16. Hold on. Give me one moment. I will check it because we have the technology. So Winterguard Rocketeers are actually range 14. They're AoE 3 POW 12s, but they also have brutal damage. So against the target, they directly hit. Unfortunately, not against other models in the AoE. They get an additional die of damage, which is pretty sweet. I've never actually played Winterguard or Nis Hunters before this game, or a Rager, because again, the list is a little bit new to me, but I've played a lot of Khador before, especially a lot of Sorscha1. I played a lot of Battle Box games, did a Journeyman League with her.
Yeah, so my Hunter, Orange Hunter, ran up on top of the hill. My Stormwall, once again, just ran up. It's pretty straightforward first turn. I'm just setting it up for a second turn. Make sure I can get everything into range of Kane. And
so you're normally a Trollblood player. How did it feel having just crazy increased threat ranges with guns, something you're really not used to?
Yeah, I'm not used to shooting things, and I'm used to playing against a Stormwall and figuring out how to counteract a Stormwall. Having all these threat ranges like 10, 14, 16, it's just crazy amount of guns I have on the board, and it's different. It's different play style. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun playing this game. I don't think I would switch to Cygnar anytime soon. I'm going to stick to my Trollbloods, but so yeah, I'm just running my second unit of mages up, and I passed the turn.
All right, so we're just going to start by checking out the threat range on our Nis Hunters bows, which is actually quite good. Their range 12 with the speed of 7. They also have CRA, so they can do some damage with that. Huge threat range of 19 inches. So we go on, power everything up. Sorscha's going to start out with the plan. The plan being put up Fog of War, put up Windrush, and stand on that flag all game at defense 22 against ranged. I think it's a pretty solid plan, even though I'm aware that I feel like at this point I have to be very aware of the fact that I'm going to lose a lot of models to his feet, because that's an inevitability just because of how many models I have and how high a rat he has. And I feel like if I stay too far back in order to avoid that feat, I'm going to be way too far off of the zone. So right here, we're just moving up the Nest Hunters, who don't quite have the range to shoot anything, so there's just running, keeping some forward, kind of trying to put enough models to, bait out the feat, and then keeping some just far enough back that they won't get hit. You'll see how many get hit, I think, next turn, because you top of 2 feet. Moving up the Winter Guard, not quite getting as many on the hill as I'd like.
Yeah, so like as you're moving all these things up, we've pre-measured a few things. I think the only things that were in your range of your guns were those 2 hunters in the water. So like their defense is like 16 right now. So you decided not to take any shots at them. You figured it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, blurred rangers are a little rough to shoot at.
Yeah, so I'm just pre-measuring for my following turn right now as Evan's moving up his jack slowly. I'm just checking, see what would be my range of my feet. I'm asking questions because, well, new to the list.
Yep, Joe puts out tough. Juggernauts are going to run up. I accidentally jam out one of my Juggernauts here with a Winter Guard. But it's not too bad just because I'm not trying to get too far up the board initially anyway. Valachev and Aeon and Holt going to go up, do stealth. And I feel like Gorman is not going to be super useful trapped behind 2 jacks, so I feel like he's going to go try and flank to black oil either the storm wall or a hunter, or maybe even just corrosion bomb a bunch of gun mages. Yuri runs into the forest. He's pretty hard to kill considering he's 15-15 with 8 boxes and tough along with stealth, so he's pretty solid.
So it's top 2. Power up one of the storm wall. Now I'm just measuring my threat range. I'm giving myself snipe. I've got to move my squire up so I get that 2+ command range within 5. So I need to make sure I do the right activations here and not playing Cygnar. I'm not used to making sure my squire activates.
Yep.
So I'm just measuring, a lot of pre-measuring, because this is definitely a top 2 feet here.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of things in range.
Oh yeah, a lot more than I thought there would be. Yeah, you're feeling good about this one.
So as I'm measuring, we realize that a lot of the Winter Guard is in range. Half the Nis were in range.
Yeah.
Like he's measuring Fog of War
that's
now.
Fog of War. Yep. Because this version of Caine does not have True Sight. So a couple of the Winter Guard are going to be def 16 on the hill, but that's not going to matter when you're at 8 with Rangers helping.
So I'm measuring my stuff, and then I'm remembering all my units. And I'm thinking about, oh well, my Rangers need to move up first, because if my Rangers are within 5 inches of any of your models, it's +2 to my attack rolls.
Yep. Mark Target says if you're within 5 inches of a Ranger, you get +2 to hit against you, which is really good.
So my Rangers are going up. They're staying outside of engagement. They're going to take some pot shots, because why wouldn't you?
Yep. They got military rifles. They're pretty solid. And Pathfinder lets them go through the water.
They're advanced deploy with Pathfinder and speed 7.
Oh yeah,
With
speed 7.
5 inch, you're within 5 inches of me. It's +2 to attack, so it's pretty good. And I blur. I upkeep blur. Yeah, I did upkeep blur.
Yep.
So I'm taking some shots at Nis Hunters.
Yeah, Nest Hunters are still really hard to hit. They're def 14. Even though they lost a defense this edition, they're still going to be def 14 with Pathfinder. So they're pretty good in the forest. They're def 16.
So
Taking more pot shots at Winter Guard. Tough because of thanks to Mr. Joe. Mr. Kovnik Joe. Sorry.
No, I'm just measuring who's within 5. I just want to make sure I get that. I take the advantage of that hunter. Like,
Yeah.
it's just marked target's really good.
It's more or less the first 3 rows of Winter Guard and those 2 Nis in the forest.
Yeah, they're all within 5 inches, and it's just going to help so much.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, a lot of the Winter Guard at the back. I forget that you have to be completely on the hill to get the bonus now, so they're not going to be as high a defense as I would have liked. So they're still going to get shot off the table. Don't make a lot of tough checks here either.
Not being a troll player, so you're not used to that.
No. Although I do love me some boom howlers. Although they're not 4 up tough anymore.
No.
So that's a little rough. Anyways.
So
Still making pot shots.
Hunters are just shooting. I think I managed to take off 3 guys of the 6 unit.
It's a little harder for them to hit because they're only rat 6. I mean, sure, they go to 8, but it's still 8s if I'm on the hill, 6s if I'm not. And I mean, double ones to kill.
Yeah. But then you get tough, right?
But then I get tough.
Just
More pot shots.
another tough check.
Yay, we did it. So at this point, I'm thinking I'm doing all right against the guns. Mind you, only 1 unit has gone. I'm feeling all right about this. It will change very shortly. Because up next is good old Caine1. Now, if you don't know what Caine1's feat does, John, do you want to explain that? Do you want to explain this horror?
Yes, Caine1's feat. So Caine makes a basic Spellstorm pistol attack against every enemy model currently in his control range. With the Squire within 5 inches of him, he gets +2 to his control range.
Yep. So he bumps up to 14. Now his guns are only range 12, but he also has snipe, so he can snipe himself and then still hit the models within that 14-inch control range. So it extends the entire
Battlefield?
Yeah, it hurts. It extends the Spellstorm to a lot.
So now we're
So
measuring.
now we're just seeing how much of everything is in, and it's more or less the first 2 rows of Winter Guard there, because the third one was shot off the table by Rangers, and all but 4-ish Nis Hunters.
The line of sight through the forest was an issue for
Yeah,
Caine.
because you ignore models, not terrain.
So here we go. It's going to start making a lot of rolls here.
And so the wave of bullets begins.
So as this was going on, you said you moved your guys up and you didn't realize how many guys were in Caine's feet, or you misjudged.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be maybe 4 Winter Guard less and maybe 1 or 2 Nis less. Really, here's where I'm thinking, oh crap, I should have left the rockets just further back. Shouldn't even have bothered with trying to get the hill bonus with them. Just kept them out of range, because they could have just walked in and shot things the turn after, even though most of their unit's dead. And then they could have gotten some work done. But here you pretty much destroy all the rockets except for 1 with Caine's activation. It's just 3. That's 3 Winter Guard gone. I think 1 Tuft.
Yeah, so
you even haven't rolled against that one yet.
yeah, so with Caine, he's rat 8. He gets, when Rangers are within, that's 2 + 2 rat. So he's rat 10.
Yep.
Shooting against your defense 12.
12, 14 because of Fog of War. So you only need 4s to hit, and if you hit, I have to make a tough check because they're only arm 12 against bow 12.
Yeah, so a lot of his models just melted off the table.
Also got the officer there, so I don't get my grape shot. Not that I think it would be particularly helpful this game. It's still a bit of a hit.
There's
So
another tough check. That's
yep.
4 this game.
Yep.
So yeah, models are just kind of slowly coming off the table. The Winter Guard are like no longer there.
Yeah, and there's still more Winter Guard to go. So I think we're about to move on to the Nis Hunters here. Yep, there's another rocket gone.
Yeah, as fast as you're picking them off, they're going off. Like I'm shooting them off the table.
Yep.
So it's
So starting with the Nis Hunters.
defense
They're
14.
defense 14. And they're actually not going to be safe because I kept them out of range. They're going to be safe because 4 of them can't be seen by Caine through the forest.
So
So
here, here we go. We're laser measuring, making sure we can see who we can.
Yeah.
And we can see those 3 in the back.
That one's going to die, and that one's
So
going to die.
their
That
defense
one's gonna
14,
die.
I'm at 10. Oh no, I'm at
so,
8
yeah, you're at
actually
8.
because
You only
rangers
need
are not within
sixes, but
5.
You rolled pretty well here. He's going to take a snipe shot.
He's taking his
Cosmic
pistol
Joe.
shots.
Yeah,
now.
these are his initial attacks. So that was his feat. Now he actually just uses his pistols normally, and they're range 16 because of snipe. Is going to get rid of Cosmic Joe there. Threatening some more Nis Hunters, I think. Oh, or he'll just take out a rocket.
Yeah, he toughed
yeah.
earlier in the game, so there was no tuck check
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah.
So he's down to 1 Winter Guard in the middle of the table, knocked down.
Yeah, there might be one we can't see that behind the Juggernaut, but I doubt it. And you're done your activation,
And then
so
I
you're
just
going to teleport
back.
away.
Camping 1.
Yep. So you're in a solid spot.
Yeah, I'm behind a flag, dominating the flag now.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing within 4. Top 2, I'm hoping my gun mages will walk up
so
and
you-
take some Nis Hunters out, so I could take that control point on your turn. So my gun mages are moving up. Some will be sniping, some will be brutaling.
Yeah, regardless of which, like, if you hit them, it's not ones to kill. Because they're only arm 11, 12? Either way, they die horribly to gun-made shots that hit. Because they still need 7s to hit.
Yeah, they're at 7,
Mhm.
and there's only one now Nis within 5 inches of a hunter. That's the one in the
Yeah.
forest,
Yeah, so
which basically takes away the forest.
it balances out.
So I'm sniping some of the guys. Sniping some of the guys behind the forest. Checking line of sight again. So he has 5 Nis left. Max unit is...
Max unit was 10.
Okay.
And Silena died to the feet. So
4
that
Nis
was
left.
unfortunate. Yeah.
So Caine basically took out the whole side of the board.
Yeah.
Now, is there a reason why you lined up the units across from Caine? Like, were you thinking about that when you
Oh,
were...
I was just thinking, yeah, they're winter guard. They'll jam the zone, not die like like they did. Because again, I thought at least like 4 more were out,
Okay.
and I was entirely wrong in that estimate, which is silly because I could have just pre-measured it now.
I was just going to say
But I
pre-measured
didn't.
it.
So that's my fault entirely.
So I think that unit gun mages have went. They took out 2 more Nis Hunters, which is...
2 more Nis Hunters.
And,
The rest couldn't be seen.
Yeah.
Because they're behind that forest. You flipped it over to my clock now, where I am thinking, okay, so, did you?
No, it's still my turn. I still have a storm wall and
Sorry,
2
I
hunters.
was thinking about, I was trying to look up a stat or something. Yeah, because the clock was going down on mine.
Yeah, I have this
Yeah, you
hunter.
still have, like, the entire half of the board.
Yeah, hunter's aiming. I'm pretty sure here, because they have a range of 14.
Yep.
And armor piercing.
So they, you do the new Jack Marshall take aim, so you
Yes.
get an additional +2 damage as well. So they're actually POW 8s against my Juggernauts. So it's dice off 2. Do a solid amount to
Aim for the one in
Juggernaut.
the middle.
Yeah,
I think both hit the guy in the middle.
Yep.
Because they just sat there and aimed, take aim.
Take aim. It's super good.
I think I took a Cortex out?
Maybe. Yeah, I think you do. Either Cortex or movement, because I'm
Yeah.
not sure I can do a whole lot the next turn. But we'll see.
Yeah, so now my other side of the unit of gun mages, I've done quite a bit of damage on the far right side of the board. I'm thinking, see if I can snipe this guy out in the forest.
Yep. So they have to be outside of my reach range, but within the stealth. And either way, I'm going to be def 17 against them. Or do they still have true sight? What am I saying? So they'll be def 15. So they need 8s to hit still. Because the UA gives them true sight. So, and the other thing is, it's dice off 5 for them, because I'm armed 15 with 8 boxes. So, I mean, it's not hugely likely that this happens, I don't think. But with some solid rolls, they're going to end up taking out Yuri here.
Well, they're only at 7.
Yeah, they need 8 to hit, I think.
8 to hit. So I'm just measuring, make sure I can see 3 inches
I think
in
the first
forest.
couple miss, and then you get like a
One
crit
guy
brutal.
guy gets crit brutal and roll 3
Super-
dice and
yeah.
do enough damage to kill him. So that's 4 other gun mages a shot.
Yep.
The rest are now just
This guy's gonna pick off the tough dude.
the last remaining. Winter Guard on the table.
Yep.
So I'll kill the whole unit on my feat turn.
Yep.
And now I'm trying to pick the sniping the dog.
Oh yeah, you're sniping the dog just because you have a
just
shot.
I have a shot left, right? So dog is what?
You hit because he's def 13.
Was
Arm
Fog
14.
of War? 15?
Yeah, 15 was a fog
15
war, but you
Fog
rolled
War,
a 9,
hit a 9,
and he doesn't
failed it
tough.
So I thought that was a pretty good activation for those gun mages.
They did a lot of work. I think you're gonna shoot the Rager here.
I think I'm just going to add a little more damage to the one
Yeah.
guy I was attacking the hunters.
Yeah, dice off 10 though, so I don't think you do a whole lot here.
No, do no damage, and that was activation for them.
Still have the Stormwall.
The Stormwall hasn't been activated,
Just
but I didn't give him any Fury either.
This is what takes out the Cortex.
So I only gave him.
Juggernaut.
He just got the power up, right? The one Fury.
Yep.
I didn't give him anything because I'm like, well, I'm on feet with Caine. I want to use his Fury for all the stuff for Caine.
And you don't really need it because you have throwing a Storm Pod out to contest, and you don't really need the focus even because you just want to boost damage once because you still get 2 big gun shots
And D3s and a wall template.
Yeah,
now.
you didn't do the D3s this time. You did the wall template covering fire, because it's no longer a AOE 3. It's a wall template.
Now it's a wall template where if you walk through, you take the damage.
Which is neat. It's wider, but it doesn't cover as much area, as much depth, which it's arguably better. I'd say it's better, personally.
Well, if I play more of Stormwalls, I'll let you know. This is my first time operating a Stormwall, and so far, it's just taken about 2 gunshots and going to play some walls.
Yep. And that annoying little storm pod.
Yeah, I think we're talking about now the walls. We're talking about AoE 3. I thought it was an AoE 3, but didn't realize it's actually a wall template within 10. So we're debating left side, right side. I'm just talking.
Yep. We're teaching John how a storm wall works.
I'm reading up. I got to read the rules, making sure I understand it myself before I just do it. I figured,
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's only POW 12, POW 10 against my my Khador jacks, which are basically the only thing that's going to be affected by it. Oh, but you decided to place it so I can't do stuff with the Nis.
The reason I placed it over there is so you can't come in and contest the zone next turn.
Yeah,
right?
That makes sense.
Because then if you have to go up around the hill and gain the zone, which then will put your guys all in the jamming each other again.
Yep.
So I figured I'll put a wall there, and we'll go with it. Hopefully you can't contest the zone. With Caine camping 1, I feel safe. I could have gave an extra Fury or focus to the Stormwall at the start of the turn to do another boosted shot at one of your jacks, but I figured, I'll just camp 1. I'm used to having Fury on my casters, playing Turtles, but...
And it's solid now, because instead of just having +1 armor, which on Caine1 is useless because you go from 13 to 14, you can actually take off 5 damage, which is huge.
Yeah, he's a defense 17, armor 13 caster, and then taking off that 5 damage basically puts you at armor 18, you think about it?
For one shot, yeah.
For one shot, which is pretty good.
Which is solid, especially for a caster who just does not want to be hit.
So I'm thinking putting up another wall somewhere.
Oh, so you swapped it over to me.
Yeah, end of a turn. So actually,
Yeah.
I didn't put another wall out. I actually did take the D3 shots at your jack.
Yeah.
Which was a mistake
Didn't
because it's
do
off
anything.
10.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really worth it. I should have
All right.
placed another wall. So this is Evan's turn. Bottom of 2.
So here we are. We're figuring out how we're going to get out of this mess. And I figure, well, we have probably 6 guns that can get to Caine. And if I can get him within my feet range, that's another gun, and he's not ones to hit, which for Caine is death, pretty much. So we're measuring out. Here I am counting how much focus I need to actually get and whether or not I should give any to my jacks. I eventually decide, no, that's stupid, and just keep enough to wind rush, and boost a hand cannon shot, and then keep one for a razor wind, hoping I'll be in range for that. And then I get 4 Nis undershots or 1 huge Nis undershot, which might just be the better idea. And maybe Holt, if he can get in there. Here's the proxy base. We're doing it up, seeing how far we can get. And then we're like, can I get in? yes, there, and then we decided to go back, be a little bit more accurate with some widgets. We have some confusion as to which widget is which. I had some issues here trying to find the 5-inch widget because it'll take me 2 inches to get out, and then I realize, wait, no, I need a 4-inch widget, which is actually the handle on my little plasma pistol widget there. So, do this.
Precise, accurate
Yep.
measuring.
And then we realize, wait, nope, that was a 5-inch. And then he stops me again. We go back, and here we are. So I in the end, I can definitely get within feet range, and then I can feet. So then I'm not engaging the ranger, so I can still make a hand cannon shot against Caine. So I feet.
So you wind rush yourself to get there?
Wind rush to get there, so I'm def 18 if this doesn't work, which is still probably not enough. You probably still kill me if I'm def 18.
Did you charge the hunter?
No, because then I wouldn't be able to make my range.
Okay.
So I wind rush on that. Or, no, sorry, that was my feet token. Boosting damage here, because it's dice off 1. Do a solid 8 or 10 damage here.
10 damage.
Right.
Dice off 1.
10, and then you make it 5.
I make it 5, yeah, because I'm like, that camp 1. I'm like, well, 10 damage. What else can you get on? I'm asking questions.
Yep.
So I'm like, well, make it 5, because 10 damage is quite a bit to Caine.
Yeah. I end up being out of range for the wind, razor wind here. So I just camp 3, because I have no other options for what to do here. And now we do. We play the game of how can we get more guns in? The Rager is just auto hitting with both his shield and his sword, which immediately kills Rangers. Like, the POW is just way too high. Moving that Juggernaut out of the way, because his movement or Cortex was out, I forget which, but either way, he couldn't run. Actually, he didn't get a focus, so it was Cortex. So he couldn't run to where I wanted him to be. This Juggernaut is just going to try and clear the way. I think I'm trying to make room for Iona and Holt here, because we do some proxying. Or, sorry, this is just me getting 1-inch reach. Immediately kills the Ranger just because of POW 19 auto hitting. And here we go with Iona and Holt. Now, originally I thought I wouldn't be able to get in range, and then I remembered I have Zephyr, so it's actually a 9-inch walk followed by a range 12 gun. So Holt's going to get some shots. He barely has line of sight past that gun mage into Caine. He's going to roll a hit, and then goes into the bucket. Does 6 more damage to him. Then another one hits pretty much automatically. Does 7 more damage, which finishes off Caine for the game. Which, really, I didn't have any other option. There's no way I was clearing that zone. There's no way I could get to the storm wall. I could maybe kill a bunch of Rangers with my feet. Probably wouldn't be able to get to the gun mages. Maybe kill 4 with Nest Hunters. But I felt pretty good once I knew I could get in range for my stationary, because I still had 4 Nest Hunter shots, and those are only dice off 3.
Yeah, so like after my feet turn, I teleported behind the flag thinking I was safe, not knowing your feet is stationary, everything within her control.
Yeah, you have to be in the line of sight, but still, it's a 12-inch
That's
bubble.
Pretty nuts. Like, everything became stationary, and I'm like, well, there goes Caine's high defense and low armor, so I'm glad I'm camping 1. I'm like, maybe that 1 will keep me safe for this game? Well, as we've seen, it only took 3 shots. 3 shots to
two
to kill
from
Caine.
2 from Holt, 1 from Sorscha, because hand cannons, they win games. As do 15 Winter Guardsmen dying for the motherland.
I guess so. So, once again, thank you for listening. This is John.
And this is Evan. You can follow us on the social media in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe for more every Monday. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching Arcane Assist. If you enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up right below, and if you didn't, the dislike button is right beside it. If you have any suggestions or comments, please let us know below the video, and remember to subscribe for more battle reports every week. You can also find us on Twitter and Facebook, with the links in the description below. Until next time, we've been Arcane Assist.